Yes, the attribution nightmare that still exists. It's only going to get worse.
Unless you're me. I'm actually having no problems with attribution. Zero.
Yeah. You know who it is. 3 gurus on the mic, no matter where you live. Turning up the volume, ignite the light. Curry cheese and Vegemite. We're bringing you the ads that ignite. Tips and tricks to get it right. Every week we take flight.
This leads me on to my next question: custom goals in the conversion actions. When do you use a custom goal and why?
I know Colby uses them more than I do.
You use them. I mean, custom goals. That's a good question. So with one of my more complicated accounts, we will add. It goes right back to what we were just talking about. Let's say we have that conversion action. It's the customer, but we're not going to receive enough customers for it to be a valid conversion to go after. But if you don't have custom goals, you just have like a conversion. So you break down those steps and we find the custom goal that's going to get the most volume, but furthest down the funnel. And that's what we want to optimize towards. But as Assam was saying, sometimes you can mix things up a little bit. And so in some circumstances, you might assign values to the different levels in the funnel. So maybe a qualified lead it's worth $500, a lead's worth $100. And let's say you have something that's right before a column that's worth like $750, and then an actual purchase is like $1,000. And so there's accounts where you could actually optimize towards all 4 goals, and then you could use a T-ROAS, and then you could start manipulating it based on, you're basically develop like it's a fake value, but Google is going to try to drive for the higher value. Now, that's what it's supposed to do in theory. If you're not careful, Google's just going to take the easy way out and go for that lowest value conversion. And that's why so often we have to start getting rid of the lowest value conversion actions. But it's food for thought. It's something you can experiment with. It is a lot easier if you don't have to do that. But when you get into the complicated buys, you start to do that. I don't even know if I answered your question at this point, but.
Well, you and I both used a custom goal before where we had 2 conversion actions and it was a lead gen.
Yeah.
And they were 2 middle stages of the funnel. So we combined them into one conversion action. Because
yeah.
there was more value, there was more numbers in there. So we used that as a custom goal to try and get the campaign, combining those 2 conversion actions together to try and optimize for those 2 conversion actions because there was offline and pulling going through it.
You gave me a softball and I just struck out.
Well, that's all right. No, I thought you would eventually get there.
Maybe. We don't know.
And now, and this is a question a lot of people do, because as we all know, like when you're setting your conversion action at the campaign, when you're doing your settings, and you can, now that Google has changed, once upon a time, you could pick a conversion action and give it to that campaign. Now Google's broken everything down into purchase, submit form.
They try to force you to do the things that they want and try to make anything manual as hard as possible.
Yeah, that's right. But sometimes there's these secondary conversion actions that are accruing data, and you can my question is, you might have all these secondaries you're getting, might be add to carts, might be getting checkouts, it could be a live chat, whatever it is. Can you use a secondary conversion action in a custom goal and use that custom goal as the conversion and assign that to a campaign?
Yes, I've done it.
I don't freaking know, man.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me, though. It's a secondary. What's the point if it's a secondary?
It's because if that was the campaign that you just say you didn't want to use the secondary in the purchase, but you wanted the purchase conversion action that's in a secondary, maybe on another campaign type, to add that with another signal. So you can combine 2 conversion actions, create a custom goal, and then give that to a campaign.
But couldn't you
that's
just
getting complex?
But couldn't you just make a custom goal? Like, couldn't you just run every single campaign on a custom goal in the first place, and then you wouldn't have to worry about that?
Well, you could.
You could.
That's what I do, ladies and gentlemen. Because I don't trust no one, except for Glenn Wilson and Osama Khan.
It's interesting. It's interesting. And the reason I'm going down this route is I'm testing a new attribution option that has, and it's only really, really early days, but the thing that I'm really, really liking about this this option is it creates multiple secondary conversion actions for you automatically. And a lot of it is optimized from in that platform from a lot of the attribute, first click, last click, linear, and custom attribution models that we lost the power to assign inside Google Ads. It creates them and we can use them. But not only that, we can now start putting in cost of goods, and it automatically creates the conversion action in the platform that's imported into the Meta or Google, and you can optimize for that conversion action moving forward. Now, it's really early yet. I've only just set it up. It's brand new, but the options there, the ability to have multiple conversion actions on multiple different types of actions, and we can assign them to different campaigns to perform for specific actions, is actually really interesting to me. And I think we'll talk more about this conversion, the conversion action attribution, because this is a big thing in paid media is attribution. Attribution's falling off. How do we, with multi-channel multi-channel devices being used, attribution from this device, from this network's dropping off, and then everything's coming back through direct and organic. So being able to optimize campaigns for a specific purpose via, for argument's sake, this platform's creating 20 conversion actions. 20. Mind-blowing. Very cool. Very new. I haven't seen this sort of stuff before, but it's something that I think moving forward that you've got the flexibility to do that. It's just about interpreting what do we use and what do we assign it to. But the purpose of this chat today, I think, was to focus on click-through, engage-view, view-through. If you are using YouTube and you've got YouTube campaigns, then keep your engage-view windows down really, really low so you can try and get rid of those engage-view conversions, all the attribution for engage-view, and focus more on clicks rather than views. But hey, at least we've still got the ability to put 30, 60, 90-day attribution windows. If we were in Meta, we'd only have 7.
Do you think that's going to leave once they deprecate the cookies? Because, Google, they're supposed to do that.
Yeah, they've been saying that for 3 years now.
Yeah, they've been saying it for a while.
Yep.
And it's still here. I don't think they can actually get rid of it. There's too much tracking involved.
Well, look, let's just say if they do get rid of first-party cookies, it'll be the fact that advertisers can't use the first-party data or third-party data. I guarantee they will still have access to their data. It just means they won't make it publicly available to people who use their advertising platforms. That's all.
Well, in theory, isn't everyone just going to move to server side? And once you move to server side, it's considered first party, and then you can share it that way. But it's a pain in the ass. Yeah.
Well, how difficult have you guys experienced setting up something like Cappy with Meta? It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Anyway, it keeps agencies employed because then they've got in-house teams that can do that. But yes, the attribution nightmare that still exists. It's only going to get worse.
Unless you're me, I'm actually having no problems with attribution. Zero.
3 experts, 1 mic, and 1 million views, bringing you the news you can really use. From Pakistan to Canada to Aussie land, we connect the world with a master plan. Plug in, subscribe, don't miss the show. Curry, cheese, and Vegemite, let the knowledge flow. Google Ads secrets we unveil and write. Every week we're live, come join the flight.